Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome, CFU. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, or however you celebrate. We're awesome. We're live here today, and we've got a panel of 9 here. That's a full deck in my mind, and it's going to be fun trying to keep things on track and on topic. And let's see how we do here. Those who are watching us on YouTube or are watching this as a recording, thanks for taking some time and spending it here with us today. If you are live with us on YouTube, you can join in and hit comments. You can ask some questions as we go around the panel, and feel free to ask anything. And we'll, even if you have like an open question, you need to know how to handle a particular trade, or you're looking for some insight, this is a great opportunity for you to ask the traders here at CFU how to handle something. So let's get into it. We'll just do a quick roundtable, quick on some introductions. I'm just going to go clockwise and then end with you, admin, in the middle. Let's get going. Russ, do you want to give a quick intro? Maybe we got some new members with us today.
Sure. Hey, my name is Russ. Money at work's kind of what we go by. Most everybody knows me. I'm a big tech and semi chip investor, but I'm open to all different areas wherever we can make money and where it makes sense. Been doing this a long time, close to retirement. So the way I trade is a little different than, say, someone who's 25 or 30, 35. So, I have those little bents, but I've been doing this a long time. So I'm pretty comfortable with various investment options, and I keep things simple when I go with options. I'm doing covered calls and cash secured puts if I'm not buying calls.
Comment here
Very kind.
from Johnsville. John Silva. Russ is the goat. Right on, buddy. I think he's right too, but we can handle that out as we go around. Sumesh, how are you doing, bud?
Yeah, great. Thank you, Stephen. Greetings from Prague, guys. It's actually nearly 11 in the evening, so I'm a little tired already. But yeah, my year was pretty successful, I'd say. I'm pretty green this year. I'm very happy, and I'm taking a break now because it was a stressful and eventful year this year. So I'm now playing it like on defense, but yeah, I think my main focus is like risk management. So taking profits like quickly, analyze trade or opportunities there, do a trade, exit quickly, re-entry, exit quickly again. So stuff like that. So in and out, do it again, do it all year, get tired.
Do it again, do it all year. Excellent. I love it. Yeah, just don't give up, right? But it sounds like you're taking a pause here, a mental break over the holidays, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, for the past like 2, 3 weeks and into the new year, so to start clean.
All right, sounds good. Welcome, Sumesh. Thanks for that. Degadel, how are we doing, brother?
Hey, I'm good. David Dell. Um, I've been with CFU about 2 years now, 2.5 years. 2023 November is when I joined. I do a combination of, everything. I join in on the system trades. I sell puts and calls on my own plays. Um, during my free time as much as I have at school. And in case anyone doesn't know, I am a teacher, so the kids kind of know when it's OPEX or when it's Friday and I got options expiring. but yeah, I kind of like Samish. I've been kind of taking it easy, especially I got a baby number 2 on the way, so I'll be home for the next 2 months. Hopefully, we get some volatility into while I'm home, so I can trade that while the baby's sleeping. So that's me in a nutshell.
Awesome, Dega. And we're looking forward to seeing some pictures. If you're up for posting and sharing that, that'd be amazing to see your new baby when he
Absolutely.
arrives. All right, Lee and Scottsdale, how are we doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. Nice to see you guys again. It's been a little while. So I've been in CFU since about the end of 2022. It was we just had our second baby that year, and I was kind of looking for more passive or semi-passive income. Started buying real estate, started trading options, My big thing this year is I did leave my corporate job after about almost 15 years, which is big for me. So now primarily living off of options income, real estate income. I am basically, I've been doing this for a while, basically been all cash, and all I do is just sell options on the cash. And my goal is basically just to live off of what I sell, pretty conservative in what I sell, and also the cash, the interest from the cash. So between the two things, that's basically what we live off of. But yeah, I mean, I've learned everything here, everything from Steven, so happy to still be here.
Yeah, you have been with us since the beginning, haven't you? I think maybe like you've been here full time minus like 2 months or 3 months, maybe. That was it.
Yeah, I remember finding you on Twitter. You answered a question about a covered call on QQQ, and then yeah, you did your thing, and it was before all the systems and lots of big changes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, retiring soon. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me, guys? By the way.
Yes.
Sure can. Yep.
All right. Perfect. Well, nice finally to put the faces next to the names here. So glad to be with this group. I've joined actually in December of 2023. I'm primarily actually a futures trader. I do a lot of futures. But what I did actually within 6 months of joining CFU is I took my savings account and start using it as a collateral for selling puts, and I figured out it's going to make me much more money than actually just keeping it in a saving account. Mm-hmm. And that has been growing very nicely there. Learning from all of you, everybody brings something to the system here, which is really, really nice. And for someone who's doing it on the side, beside being a full-time physician and still delivering babies after 30 years, that's why my name says retiring soon. It's fun.
Awesome. Right on. Good to see you retiring soon. I got some questions for you with the whole, how do you balance being a physician with especially when you're in the
it's called Discord and notifications.
Okay, excellent. Right on.
And you see the patient, you get the notification in the middle of a pelvic examination and so on and so forth on my iWatch, and said, okay, it's time for me to take a break.
It's time to take a break. Kyle just circled something. I got to go take a look at what he said.
Honestly, I thought it's going to be hard, but it is really not, because again, at the same time, all what it needs to do is just like, okay, you've got always some minutes between patients, you can go inside and click a button, and you don't need to get the exact amount of money that, the system is giving you. Sometimes I get better fills, sometimes I get worse fills, but the whole idea of me being with you guys is that, you're doing the due diligence and I'm just pressing buttons. and that's really the beauty of it, because again, it just, I don't have the time to do the due diligence except on whatever I want to do with the futures. But here with you guys, it's just like, okay, get this, get that, get done.
So you're trading futures between contractions, right?
Well, that's my friend, that's mostly at night. Trust me. When I'm waiting for the baby to be delivered, I'm looking at the silver and gold trades for this year. It has been absolutely marvelous.
We have several doctors among our membership, so it's nice to know that you're a physician as well.
Thank you.
Right on. All right, so talking about doing due diligence, Kyle, how are you?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm excited to see you all in person for the first time. I'm one of the pro traders on CFU, and I've been trading and investing since 2001, so quite a while. I love the charts. You'll see that. I just love digging in, finding patterns, finding trend lines, sharing market psychology. That's very important to my trading. And I have multiple channels that I'll have trades in. I have a smaller channel, which is called the 10K channel, and that's for accounts that are about 10,000 or smaller. And then my other one can do large covered calls on Tesla, things like that, much larger accounts. And this year was good. It was very good. Volatile, but you learn through that volatility. Every time we have a big market drawdown, you learn something. And that's the key.
Good. All right. The Admiral. I won't tell them what your real name is because I'm sure you're trying to keep that a little hidden there. But you're down in Brazil right now. How's the weather there? What are you doing?
It's about 90 degrees and sunny, so couldn't be happier. I've been with you for about two and a half years, Stephen. I can't exactly remember. My background is in real estate development, and on the side for fun, a number of years ago, I was managing partner of a small group of doctors and investors down in Fort Lauderdale. We had about a $20 million fund that I ran. We did a lot of high speed algorithmic trading and had tremendous amounts of fun with that, especially during the financial crisis in 08, 09. Right now, I am inching towards semi-retirement in Austin, Texas, as my daughter continually reminds me that I am in the wrong location on almost a daily basis. So be, I am continuing to, I'm balancing my retirement goals of steady income and the need to pick up a house in Austin. And 2 houses, actually, one for my daughter, one for myself. I follow system trades pretty much religiously. Anytime I try to think I'm smarter, I usually end up regretting it and spend 9 to 12 months managing my own position. So I just stick with the systems primarily. Outside of that, I do have an account that I swing trade TQQQ and SQQQ on. And that's great fun, but that requires me to be at my pay attention and not be distracted by 10,000 things throughout the day. So that side's been a bit slower this year, but yes. And how's the year been going? It's 2025 has been the best of times and it has been the worst of times. And somehow it manages to be both on the exact same week at times. All in all, I think it's going to shape up to be a good year. And if you eliminate the month of April, then it would be an exceptional year.
Right on. Great to see you, the Admiral. Drew, did you just join us? Did you just sneak in last minute?
I did sneak on, yeah.
Yeah,
Just wanted to say hi.
Yeah, that's the first time I'm meeting you, like in live.
Yeah, look a little different than my profile.
You're a handsome fellow, Drew. That was never mentioned before.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's good. So, do you want to just give a quick little intro, Drew?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, name's Drew. I kind of manage all the trade reporting. I go through, record everybody's trades, all the system trades, all the pro traders. Kind of have my spreadsheets. I love spreadsheets. I'm an accountant here at my full-time job. Have about 6-7 different side hustles too at the same time that I manage. Just love data and analytics and kind of piecing it all together and tracking things. So I've been with you guys, started about 2.5 years ago, 2023, basically when we started. And yeah, I've been tracking things for about 1.5 years now. So been a good year, up and down like everybody else, but focus on cash your puts and covered calls. Nice.
Thanks, Drew. Yeah, it's funny how many of you guys have been with us for so long. Like it's incredible, and I think that's a testament to CFU too, that we've had members that have been with us for so long, and traders and guys working behind the scenes, such as Drew, doing all the spreadsheets and accounting for us to keep us going forward. So I'm pretty sure as you went around there, some people may have had some questions. If you're on the YouTube channel and you want to ask us a question, please shoot it across. Just type it in as a comment. We'll put it on live and we'll answer it. But maybe within the panel here, did you guys have any questions for other traders that you were just introduced with?
I have a question for Russ, if I may.
You bet.
All right. Russ, a few months ago, you mentioned one trader, Peter DiCarlo, and you mentioned one of his, methods. Can you elaborate a little bit on that? I'm feeling a little bit intrigued about that.
Well, Peter's on Twitter. You can find him a lot. He does a lot of what we do here. He's just an independent guy. He's got his own Discord, but he does a lot of swing trading, kind of like me, and I've been doing more of that. But also, I think the Admiral said he does some of that. he's like all of us. So he's hustling. He does a little bit of everything. So I can't really comment what he does, but I encourage you, if you want to learn more, follow him on Twitter and get a sense of things.
It's just that THT line. I can't understand exactly what he's trying to do with it. And you mentioned that at one point in time, but anyway, that's okay. Yeah, now I looked him up one day and trying to see exactly, what kind of system he has. It's just like, and I put it on my trading view, and it's just like everything seems to be running towards that line.
Yeah, I know he does a lot of swing trading,
It's interesting.
amongst
Yeah.
other things.
Okay. Let's get into kind of what we're seeing for 2026. I think through our introductions that we had there, people were sharing a little bit of how 2025 went for them, which thank you for sharing that. Let's jump into what we're going to see play out into 2026 here. Kyle, if you don't mind me putting you on the spot, I'd like to kind of pick your mind on what you're seeing for 2026, where things are heading. And I don't know if you have a chart that you want to display as well, too. That could also be of assistance, kind of get some charting skills going.
Sure.
Yeah, there's just to share your screen. You've done that before, but
Right.
let's kind of zoom in on what your thoughts are and where we are
Yes.
heading for 2026.
Can you guys see that?
I think I need to put it onto the stage. Just here it is. Yeah. So here we go.
Okay, and I've been kind of hashing over this a lot the last month or so since I found the big red candle breakdown pattern that's gone back to 2000. It's a theory right now. So basically, I expect it to be another volatile year. I expect it to end more like a mean reversion to an 8 to 10% gain, typical year, because we've had 3 back-to-back 20% years. And so I think we need a digestion period, like a long one, 6 months, especially with the AI names. And so right now, like the next couple weeks into January, we could be pushing to a new all-time high. The VIX today just collapsed under 15 again. And so that bodes well for a nice rally. Probably the last push, I would say. I don't know when it ends. You can't time the market. But the other thing is the 6,800 and 6766. As long as those hold, we're going up. That's my line in the sand. If it breaks one more time, I think that's it. I don't think there's enough to hold it back the next time.
Sorry, what line was that, Kyle? Sorry.
A 6766 on SPX. 6,800 is important too, but not as important as that number. And so what I think is going to happen is maybe we go up into January, maybe even February, but kind of a grind up over the next month. And then we have the big correction, probably 15 to 20%. And then we'll recover by the end of the year. Historically, the midterm election year is the weakest of a president's 4-year term as well. So we have that. So big rate if we can time the bottom. Just go all
Yes, that would be great. Yeah. And so, Kyle, how are you? So, with this thesis that you have here, can we call it the red candle theory?
Yeah, big red candle theory.
Yeah, big. Do you want to go with big red candle or red candle theory?
Big red candle theory.
Big red candle theory. Okay, because we're going to make those into T-shirts or something when it comes.
BRCT.
Right?
Sorry,
if it works. Yeah.
Quick. I like red candle theory, but we can go with big red candle theory.
Okay.
All right. So with that in mind, how are you playing this? So you've got your parameters, your thesis, your model that you're working with.
Right.
How do you trade that?
First is I'm raising a lot more cash right now. I had 100,000 in MU called away today. I've been just raising cash in my accounts, still holding on to longs because I want to get this holiday rally. I've got a couple of credit call spreads out into April and May on a couple accounts, personal trades, just kind of dipping my toe in. And then I would love to do the big short. If everything lines up, if we get up into between 7,000 and 7,100 within the time frame, which would be January, February, man, I might be
You're
on
gonna
a
do the Michael Berry Big Short on us.
big trade.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna open it up to the floor. Do you guys have any? I don't want to say counter arguments, but do you have any views? I guess that go against what Kyle is sharing. Like, are we all on board with this? What are our thoughts?
Yeah, so
I mean,
go ahead. You go ahead.
yeah, you can. Okay. I'll keep it brief. I've been kind of doing similar to what Kyle has been doing, and a couple of you guys. I've been raising cash, having shares called away. I think at one point, I want to say like 80% exposed in the market, and just along the course of the last few weeks or so, um, my cash levels are pretty much at all-time highs. So I kind of hope that Kyle's theory comes to fruition here in Q1 of 2026. And just historically, when I look through my trading journal and my spreadsheets, that time period between middle of January to the end of or middle of April at least is, for me at least, has always been kind of more volatile than not. So I can see that coming into play. And just, playing defense. I've been looking into a lot of value names. Russ, I know you've been vocal about United Health. I've been selling puts on United Health and a lot of these value names that didn't get a bid in 2025. So that's kind of getting my focus here as opposed to tech for next year.
Yeah, I was similar to both of you. I don't feel that we're going to have such a correction to the extent that Kyle does, but I think, like him, it's coming. But I think we'll pass through it. I can think that 2026 is going to be choppy like it was in 2025. But throughout 2025, we probably had 4 AI scares. People get all nervy, it comes crashing down, and then it provides opportunities. So I've been heavy in cash like the both of you, and I think 3 times in the last 3 months I've been 100% cash. I got spooked at the market. It got to the precipice that Kyle shows on this chart, and it could have went either way. So I just sat in cash because if it crashed, I didn't want to be in there. So that's something new for me. I think this coming year, I think medical is still going to be a safe haven. A lot of money will move to. So I think that's good for the 2026, as well as I like some financial names and some energy names. Financial like Affirm and Hood still get a little bit of life. JPM. Energy, I like Fang. I like some of the existing players like Devon Energy. I'm not so crazy about the newfangled EO, SE, and they're just a lot more volatile for me. But if you have time and some more speculative capital, perhaps that's a good way to go. But I think they're going to continue to transition to other sectors besides tech. But the hard thing is now with tech having crashed, there's a lot of opportunity to put your money in and hit that rebound. So, everybody has to find that balance. And but I am being a little more protective like that, both of you.
Dang,
Patience always.
You were like primarily all in tech. Seriously, I didn't know you were so diverse in terms of other sectors like healthcare and energy and such. So that's good to share that.
When tech ran up, I said, "Yeah, I gotta get out because it's going to come back down." And I started diversifying a little bit more.
All right.
Hey Russ, real quick, I had a firm called away a couple of years ago at $9. Thought I made a killing. And, that's the game that we play in options. So
yeah,
I'm so old. I bought Google at 180 12 years ago.
The one stock I regret selling the most was Apple. I bought it back when it was $63, and that may not sound that bad today, but this is like I don't know how many splits ago.
Exactly.
It went from 63 to 68, and I sold it, and I'm like, "Whew!" I got out with $5 or whatever.
Yeah,
like
right?
$5 per share. But man, if I had just held on to that, oh, yeah. Anyways, that's.
While we're talking about this, I don't know if you remember, Chris and I were trading Carvana just not too long ago. It was 2023. Everybody thought they were going bankrupt. It was $6 to $10. It's $450 now.
They were struggling there for a little bit, but yeah, what a turnaround.
Yeah. Wow.
All right, Kyle, I want to just quickly show your trades that you have going on right now. So as I was talking to you about 2026, So I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it should be. I kind of see it here on the broadcast. So when you were talking about a lot of long calls, so when I go through what you're trading right now, so you got a lot of covered calls through, I guess this all just expired today, so we haven't updated this. So Drew, we have some work over the weekend to get this updated, but
yeah, I'm really trying to whittle down my open positions overall.
So you got 18 right now.
Right.
Yeah.
And today, a bunch of them closed. So the next couple weeks, again, not really opening too many unless I like cover calls. I saw CoreWeave was up massive today, so that was the opportunity to sell a cover call for sure.
Yeah, and then down here at the bottom, you have your long calls, like leaps that you're playing with here. I want to just maybe for the new members that are joining us, and maybe some people that have questions on those. What are you trying to accomplish with these? I remember seeing a lot of them saying you think the bottom was in on these positions.
Yeah, so I really haven't played with leaps until this year, and I started earlier, maybe April or May, and I started really hopping on the leap train, and it's working really well. I like to go about 0.65 delta 1 year out, and that gives you expansion ability. So usually you get a better percent return than if you had a 0.9 delta. But yeah, I try to get in and get out pretty quickly, usually within a month. But of course, some of these, got caught up in these big sell-offs. So don't know if they'll be able to rebound in time in March, etc. Some of them might.
All right.
Could I add a comment? Could I add a comment to that for the membership?
Yep.
When you're looking at leads for everybody, the idea is not to hold them to the end. You're nowhere close to the end. So if you got a 12-month lead, you might sell it after a month. You might sell it after 6 months, but you're not going to be holding it to month 10 and 11. Obviously, theta and the value goes down quickly. So keep that in mind as you're playing around with leaps.
Yeah, good.
Absolutely.
Good tip there, Russ. Okay, I want to go over to Lee. Are you still with us on the call? You are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's hear. I'm curious on your take for 2026. Partly because if I go over here and I go to your trades that you have going with us, I have weekly income mixed in with you. That's not the same thing.
That doesn't look right.
There it is. You have one.
I thought there should be a Tesla strangle. I don't know.
Yeah, probably if you just did it like yesterday or today, I don't think it's been recorded just yet.
Okay, I think it was from last week, so maybe I missed it. Pretty sure it's in there. But yeah, I've been so I mentioned in my intro, I've been cash for a long time, and I just sell on this. I do have like a 401, an old 401k at Tenaya right now that I'll be using for like a long term, like future money, but. For what I have, again, it's just all cash, and what I do is mostly just sell puts. I've been starting to sell a little more like calls as well, strangles, but I've been doing that for this year, mostly last year. It's been working out pretty well for me. Again, I'm not looking for a lot of appreciation. I'm at the end of like kind of the building capital stage, so that's why I do it this way. Much more conservative, just focusing on the income. And then I also use the interest from the cash as well. So your question, though, I think as far as, projections of next year, I kind of stay away from trying to think about like a long-term, whatever you call it. It's hard. I feel like Kyle does a good job at it. I feel like for the average person, I think it's really, really tough to make those predictions. So for me, I really don't. I try to focus more on 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks. That's really where I'm at. So I just manage again because I'm in cash. I manage the open shorts that I have. I focus on closing them or rolling them. I try not to get assigned. I was assigned a few things in April, of course, and I roll down as much as I could. Took the assignment, sold covered calls, basically wheeled my way out of those, which is what I would do still in this phase. But as far as looking forward, for me, it's mostly just short term. Stick with my plan. I don't trade over earnings. That's one of my things. I don't want any surprises.
Amen.
on either way. So I'm just very conservative. I sort of tell some people when I'm talking about this, like I consider that for myself, I've won the games. So it's like I'm not taking an additional risk. I'm good where I am. I'm just I'm just moving forward with my goal.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Lee.
Hey Lee, I have a question. Sorry, my dog is going insane. Hold on. Okay. I asked you in the Discord before. I don't know if you saw it, but do you focus on any specific deltas when selling the strangles?
So yeah, I definitely missed that. I'll go back and find it. Yes, as far as the strangles go, I've been focusing, and I've done a lot of I've actually been using ChatGPT, stuff like that, to kind of explore theories and ideas and different things. So I've been focusing pretty low as far as the strangles go, and I don't do a ton of those right now, but I like getting the credit from both sides. So I've been very low, like between 5 and 7 delta. So anywhere from 15 to 30% out of the money, depending on the stock. Tesla's going to be more, like Google's going to be lower, but focusing on the 45-day kind of window for those trades. But yeah, very low deltas.
Lee, that's the approach I'm heading to as well with retirement upcoming. That's my goal, is to do exactly what you're doing. Just live off the income generated.
Yep. I think once you get to, kind of to your goal of your cash, and I mentioned this before, but I generally, my goal is about 0.25% per week. So it's 13% per year plus, about 3% on cash. So if I can get 15-16%, that more than pays, our bills. So, and then again, I have IRAs, that I've saved up through the 401ks, stuff like that. And then I see the question, are we prepared for potential market correction? How would you change? So I kind of mentioned earlier, as far as in April, I was assigned a few things. So what I mainly do with those reverse diagonal or calendar put spreads, I sort of treat them like cash secured puts in that sense, where if it got to the point, I would take the assignment. I'm only selling on stocks and at strikes that I like. So I would take the assignment. I do try to roll first. So I would try to roll maybe 2-4 weeks first, maybe do it again, kind of see how it's going. But eventually probably take the assignment and then hopefully wheel out of them. For the most part on those trades, I'm usually 10-15% out of the money as it is, to start. So I was selling NVIDIA, for the past, and it was at what, 2 something. I haven't been assigned yet. So I can usually sell between 10-15% out of the money initially, and then roll down if I have to roll down. Occasionally the long put will be, will help me, but the main idea on those would be to eventually, if I had to take assignment, then just wheel out of them and hold on to them.
So on that, Lee, wouldn't it be, have you ever thought of, well, what if I just did a straight cash secured put and you'd get a higher return or a higher premium?
I do. So I have thought about that. I have my percentages and my goals and stuff. So I do sometimes, what I'll do is sometimes I'll start with a 2-week cash secured put, and then I'll layer on the reverse calendar spread on top of that. So occasionally I'll do that, but I like having the long put as kind of the insurance. Again, just being conservative. Occasionally, if the stock drops, I can sell that and I can roll down the short put. So I do on my Roth IRA, other accounts, I do sometimes just sell cash secured puts, and it's been working in this market because for the most part, this year we've been up. So I think going through a longer, deeper bear market, we'll test it, of course, but like I said, I would wheel for the most part. I would take assignment and just wheel out of them over time.
Okay, we got a question here. This one's for Kyle. Your suggestions on good reading for technical analysis and charting. So let's go into stocks and options chat here. Maybe you could just kind of go through a little bit of what you've been doing lately, Kyle, and what are some good books to be reading to get this skill?
So I would start with Investopedia. It's my favorite, just basic. You just dive in to whatever topic you want. In this case, trend lines would be my first thing you would look at. Then Fibonacci retracements I would recommend as a second.
Okay, so Do that one more time. Investopedia, trend lines.
Right, like support and resistance, trend lines, and then Fibonacci retracements. Because algorithms.
How do you spell Fibonacci? Fibonacci.
2C, yeah.
Two B's, two C's. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna. This is I know this is wrong, but I'm gonna just put it on here. The Vistopedia. Oh, it did. The formatting came across bad, but here you go. So Investopedia, trend lines for support and resistance, and Fibonacci retracements.
Right. So I kind of did it the opposite. I didn't read many books. I just kind of I like to dive in and learn things like futures. The last 3 months I've started doing. Not really.
Where's one where you got the Fibonacci retracement?
And made $3,000 on the futures, just kind of doing my own thing. But now I want to do the reverse. Now that I've kind of understand things, I want to go back and read books to fill in gaps.
The learning never ends.
Never. The market always changes.
See if we can get charting. So usually doesn't do Fib that much. I'm trying to find you have a chart where you got a Fibonacci retracement on there.
Let's see.
You got one loaded? Yeah, see, Uzi doesn't really do them very often. He does like this kind of stuff. Sometimes I think he's just drawing lines everywhere.
Let's find a chart that maybe doesn't have a lot. My charts have a lot of markups, so I like to find.
How the hell are you reading that?
Well, yeah, he has a little more markups than that.
Wait, what is that? I think, yeah, he does actually. He's got the Fib retracement of 61.8. Okay. I can't. He's not here to defend himself, so I gotta back off. Sorry, Uzi, if you're watching this after the fact.
Yeah, I mean, one of the recent charts I posted was Alcoa. I think you had posted something, Steven, and then I saw it disappear. It was a note, maybe you replying to it, talking about buying it for AI related. But then I looked and it was gone. But it broke out massively in the last couple of days.
Okay. All right. Sumesh, what's your thought for 2026? How are you playing it?
Yeah, I think it will be pretty tricky to play it that we will not just go straight down or something, just not the market crash someone's calling for on socials. So I think it will be many fake outs, fake breakdowns, fake breakouts, stuff like that. So to be to frustrate people and like Russ said at the start, take the opportunities when they present themselves, take the discounts, load up your favorite stock, and yeah, I think I will be on the defensive until this plays out in one way or another, and then I will be pretty selective on what to trade and how to trade it. So I'm staying in cash, yielding machines, and doing occasional trades here and there. So nothing crazy, and I'm just in waiting, resting mode till something interesting happens.
I think that's a great point, Sarish. Patience as an investor. Don't just invest because you have the money. Wait for the opportunities. It'll pay off more handsomely for you down the road.
How long have you been investing for, Russ?
Pardon me?
How long have you been investing for?
Since early 90s. I think when online investing came out, I started with Scott Trade in the early 90s.
Oh, I remember those guys.
Yeah.
The trade.
I think I sent him $100 to get an account opened. Yeah, so I'm old.
Right on. What were the commissions that you had there?
Oh, I don't know. I think they were $7.95.
$7.95, and that was competitive. Was this back in the day when they had the prices were quarter and a third points?
Oh, I can't remember. It's been so many years, Steve.
It's been so many years. It's just fuzzy now. Awesome. So that was 1992, you said, or 91?
Early 90s. It might have been 95. It might have been late 94, 95, right around there.
So, well, you're trading and investing, and I'm playing Madden 94 on my second. How about that?
I'm jealous of all our members who are young and able to get knowledge now in their younger years. And I didn't have that opportunity for different reasons. Everybody's path is different. So all you younger folks, learn the lessons you can and let time do its magic.
That's true. Well said. Okay. What was I going to ask? Oh, there was this one question here about leaps. We all consider creating a leaps channel where anyone can share their leaps trade and people can have discussions about the leaps that they're trading. What's your thought on that one, Kyle?
I mean, I don't see a problem with it. So that would be pretty cool.
So what if we used like this member trades here? So this is just an exclusive channel where members can share their trades. I think right now it's locked to be just the traders or admins. So I think you have to be a moderator or above in order to share trades in here. We could open that up and give lower permissions for that. And then there's no reason why you can't share a leap trade in there, or also like a even covered call or whatever the trade you want to share. Okay, here we go. This is a good one here. Oops. CFU offers many ideas for trades for those who can't jump in all the trade signals. I hear you. It's basically impossible, especially if you're retiring soon and you're a physician with a patient in the office with you. And you want to avoid cluster risks. Oh, interesting. Have you any suggestions on how to beat combined trades from different strategies? For example, he continues, balancing position sizing in terms of risk, balanced directions, long shorts, only enter trades on certain uncorrelated assets, or better just follow one system. Okay, so yeah, this is a bit of a problem we've had come up once in a while. It doesn't happen very often, but say, for example, I think this happened with Tesla, where I forget what direction I was going, but it was opposite of Kyle. I think I was shorting Tesla and Kyle was going long on Tesla. And so people were like, well, what do I do? And I think we even picked the same strike, but opposite direction. So it's like, I don't think you can even enter the trade. I don't think your brokerage will allow you to enter the trade because it's confusing your margin requirements on that one. So, I mean, my take on, I think you should just go with the system or the trader that you're more confident with and who could deliver the results. So say, for example, you're following Kyle and his trading methodology a little more closer or more frequent, or that's who you gravitate to. And then a system trade pops up and it's going opposite. I think you should still go with Kyle and follow that one through. If so, and likewise the opposite way with if you're doing more of the system trades and then you just picked off Kyle's for the Tesla trade, maybe you should go more on the system because the methodology and the view behind the system is of a particular methodology and view and direction, whereas Kyle is doing a different method. And it's okay if they go against each other once in a while, but the long-term trend, both of them should deliver results. Just maybe a little different day to day.
And I think one of the things too is you got to get comfortable with what you like doing. You don't have to follow every trade. You might like to do one type of trade more than others, and go where you feel your strengths are. What makes the most logical sense to you?
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a really good point. I think it's impossible to do all the trades. It just wouldn't be possible to. That's just too much transaction. Here we go. This one's for you, Russ. I started in the mid-90s. Option commissions were $29.99 to get in and another $30 to exit. It was tough to make money.
Yeah, it was tough.
That's impossible to do that because, I mean, oftentimes so that's $60 and we've closed a lot of positions for a $60 profit. Whereas if you're paying those kind of commissions, you didn't go anywhere and you took all that risk for nothing. And there's been times when we've closed out positions for even less than $60 of profit because we just wanted to get the margin off and go somewhere else with it. So yeah, and that's why option trading was impossible back then. You had to have a sizable position of like long shares. You're like, I just want to sell a covered call on it. It was impossible to do iron condors because on top of that, that's just your ticket commission. You have also usually had to pay $1.50 or $3 per contract. it was saved for the hedge funds who wanted to hedge their trade and didn't care really what the cost was, or they had a specific deal on it.
It's a great time to be alive right now for all of us.
It is, yeah. Like, I mean, even assignment doesn't cost you anything. It's insane.
Yeah, my average profit per position is like $40, so I would be negative.
$40. Yeah, for sure. Okay, just looking through some more questions. Here's a good one. We get this quite often. What account size is necessary or recommended for portfolio margin secured put selling instead of fully cash secured? Lee, I think this one's going to go for you if you're still around. Of course, Lee dropped off. Lee, you owe me something. You owe me a free trade or a beer or something. Who wants this one?
I think with interactive brokers, it's 110K to have portfolio margin. Actually, but I think it depends on the broker. So
I think what he's asking is what's the size necessary recommended for portfolio margin secured selling instead of fully cash secured put. So like if you're not going to do 100% cash secured on the short put and you just wanted to use and rely on margin instead, which is arguably more risky and more aggressive. Well, it could be different broker to broker, but I think it's 33% or 30% cash that you need to have in order to support the trade. But you could get a margin call pretty quick if it fell. Okay, here we go. It's really too bad that Uzi's not here today because he has brought this forward a few times. Is there a separate channel for future trades? Are there any plans to do future trading? And I'll give you kind of the response that I've always told Uzi. I've said to him that we have enough difficulty trying to pull off option trading here at CFU, just with the different styles of trading and systems that we have. It can be confusing at times for some members to know what to do. However, this is starting to come up more and more often, and I think Kyle's even started to dabble in it with a lot of success with future trading. So that was the staple answer that I was continually giving to Uzi, but I'll open it up. Like, do you guys have appetite for future trading? Sorry, for trading futures?
I just want to see Samish's AI system that he's creating for auto trading futures.
Sorry, are you saying you want to do robo system option? Sorry, like AI
Bryce,
trades?
Samish, aren't you working on something?
yeah, it's in development still, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it because it looks promising. So I have the system ready. I just need to finish the strategy and research all the possibilities and find the one winning it all and like retiring me early or something. It will probably run for weeks until I find anything. So I will then update on that in like trader talk or something. But yeah, I will share with you guys once I have something.
That'd be awesome. Oh, this one here. So Schwab, I guess, requires 100K for PF margin.
Hey, Kyle, I've tried looking at Robinhood's futures trading, and anytime I click on ladder, it is just way too confusing. Too many numbers. I'm like, I gotta watch a video or something.
Yeah, I just started. I know nothing about the ladder either. I open that up. I'm like, I'm not touching that right now. I just buy and short.
Nice. Okay, any other pressing questions that we got, guys? Any outlooks for 2026 that we want to share?
Russ, what do you think about semiconductors next year? Who's going to pull out ahead? NVIDIA?
Well, I don't know. I was hoping to be AMD. I have a fair amount of money in AMD, but I loaded up on NVIDIA when it came down recently. So I don't know. I think they're both going to be successful. I do think it's going to be choppy, a lot of up and down. And when it starts to go down or it gets risky, gets extended, I want to get out. When it comes back down, I'll get back in. A little bit of swing trading on them. Because we see how these little mini AI bubble chats go, and it could be awful for a month. And, that could be $30,000 swing for you in your portfolio, depending on how much you have invested. So I think it's going to be more of the same, but I do think they're going to, at least for this upcoming year, continue to move forward, at least to the late 26, and I think it'll kind of be 9 to 12 months at a time. All right, where's the state of AI then? It's constantly changing.
Okay. Yeah, I like AMD. It pulled back 25% from all-time highs. That's
I know, in a short time.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make one comment on healthcare because I'm into healthcare these days too. For the folks in America with the American companies, there's what they call the ACA subsidies, and there's a cliff after at 400% poverty level, and they don't give subsidies anymore. Well, that they do now. It's all going to change at the end of the year unless Congress acts, and that greatly affects OSCR, which a lot of us have been in and out of. I'm not in now for that reason. It also affects UNH too, so that's a little bit of a concern. I do think Congress is likely to extend it, so we'll know in the next few weeks probably. But that's a concern if you're putting money in any of those stocks that are related or are influenced by the ACA, Obamacare, if you will. Legislative risk, always fun.
Mm-hmm. What's your take on the what's the GLP-1 drugs, the Ozempic and those things, Ruby and
I've avoided them. I'm always afraid of the FDA. I mean, they can pull things so quickly, and all of a sudden your stock can plummet 35% overnight. Like, ugh. They're not for me, but I don't know.
Right. Cool.
I like Novo Nordisk for that. Mainly, it's down 69%. I forget which one of the drugs, the fat loss drugs they do. It's one of the.
It's come down so far. Now I'm just sitting on my my holding, and it's eventually going to come back up, and it could come up hard.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Why do you like them better, Kyle?
I don't know. So what's the other large company? I don't know. Well, for one, I do charts. So before anything else, before narrative, anything like that, I like the chart.
All right.
Yeah, shout out to Kyle too, because he really pushed me. He didn't outwardly push me, but just watching his charts every day, I said I got to learn a little bit more about this. So early in the year, I started spending some good homework time, and I got deep in them, and now I can't live without them. So this is where even us advanced folks can learn from other advanced folks. So it's a learning, and that's what makes this community great.
Very true. Seeing your evolution from a couple years ago when you said, "Get these charts out of here." Why do we have all these charts?
Too many.
To now you posting your own charts. Pretty awesome to see.
Hey, Russ, I'll probably message you, but I'll ask it now. I also, that's one of my goals, trying to get into charting at least for 2026. I've looked into fair value bands, and I've tried some in TradingView. And I'm using the same ones that you kind of show on your chart sometimes when you share. I just can't get the settings right.
Sure, I'm happy to help you with that.
Okay.
And they're called standard deviation bands. There's different flavors of them, and that's the ones you might see called fair value bands. But they're all essentially the same thing.
Awesome.
I was trying to pull up Novo Nordisk, but I couldn't find them.
NVO?
Yeah, NVO. Okay. All right. I want you to step me through this, Kyle.
Oh yeah, I have it shared. I was.
You have it already?
Yeah, I have it up on the.
Oh, sorry.
No problem.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I like my charts simple, easy to read. There's two major trend lines that just tested. One going back to 2018, one going back to 2021. So multi-year trend line.
Almost looks like super micro.
It does. Yep. So it's
like an Eiffel Tower to it.
Yeah.
Serious support right here. And like I said, it's down where it hit at the lows, it was down 71%. So it's a good shot right now.
So this is something you would look at from a charting point. You might even start doing a leap on that one.
For sure.
right? Because it's got that support in, it's come off the top. So people have said, hey, given the right circumstance, it is worth, it could be priced up here in the
Consolidating.
Right, zooming in closer on a smaller time frame. Since October, it's been having a really nice consolidation.
That looks similar to because I've been part of the Pain Pal crew. Looks similar to PayPal. I've been holding that one.
Yeah, I finally cut PayPal. I'm done. I held
Never
it
again.
2021, I think. Yeah, never again. Let's see what PayPal looks like. Oh, yeah. I mean, watch. There's probably gonna be a really big move at some point with this consolidation. Again, it's been 3 years. Just never know when, and I don't want to hold on to it while it's basing. Really nasty double top.
What was it priced up there? I can't see it.
$310.
310, and now what's it at?
59.
Oh yeah, that's brutal.
Competition is heating up all the time, and more players all the time.
Yeah. Oh, PJ. I think he's calling me. People think my name is Stefan. It's not. I don't know how else to say it. It's Steven. I do go by Steve sometimes, but I think a good question here. So what's my assessment of the PCS 100 trade after expanding to more companies, etc.? Let me show you guys what he's talking about. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not. I needed the entire screen. You guys can see that, right? Yeah. Okay, so what he's talking about is this. So we got a really good. Oh, by the way, we're running a Christmas sale in case anyone's wondering. If you want to sign up, we got 25% off on new memberships. Okay, so when you log, so I don't know. I guess I can step through a little bit on this one. So everyone should know that we have a website as well to go along with the Discord service. The website is to help tracking and also doing some trade scanning too. So all you have to do is go to joincfu.com. You come over here, likely where you signed up with to get started. But beside that, there's a little button here called Member Login. Once you log in, and you'll have to authenticate with your Discord account. It's already got mine loaded and ready to go. So it loads me in, and then I can look at current positions that we're tracking. So these are all the system trades that we have open up right now. And if you have any questions on any of these trades, you can just click on it and it'll open it up and it'll give you a full detail on what the trade is, when's the expiry, what's the expected return on profit if everything goes according to this plan, and then what strikes we're trading and the history and transaction history on it there. So you can see what we've been doing in the past if we have had to roll it. You can also look at all of our closed positions as well too. So for example, the last trade that we closed for options action was the McDonald's Iron Condor. So it tells you how much we made, talking about making $60 on a trade, and how much you put at risk at the final. So this takes up into account all of the rolls. It's not just saying the last trade, it's saying for the entire rolling as we went through this trade. And then what was the return on risk that we had? Okay, so what the question is about the PCS 100 trade is we have this system here called the PCS 100 trade scanner. And I don't know if you guys have seen this, but if you click on that, this detects if the market's open or closed. Of course, it's closed right now. And you can say if you want to be bullish or if you want to be bearish. Let's just go with bullish. What it does is every minute, every 2 minutes, it's scanning the market with a live data feed from the options of all of these tickers here. So it's got all the big names from Apple, AMD, NVIDIA, Netflix, Oracle, Palantir, Rigetti, Shopify, Supermicro, Snow, Google, Hood, the whole thing, Tesla. And what it's doing is it's going through and it's scanning to try and find the most profitable risk-adjusted trade for Tesla. For in this example here, and it grades them and it scores them and it gives a quality score of 56, and it sorts them top to bottom. So then the next one here is MicroStrategy or Strategy, giving it a quality score of 50. What it's trying to do is it'll tell you the probability of profit, probability of touch, the risk of return, reward risk. And implied volatility and break-even points. It tells you if it's above or below the 50 moving day average, if the MACD signal is bullish or bearish. And it just tries to take all of these factors all together and try and say, okay, you know what? If you're looking to do a bullish trade, a short-term one, this is only out till December 26th. MicroStrategy, or sorry, I keep on saying MicroStrategy, but strategy, the 150 over 140 put credit spread is a good idea for that one. So the question that's being asked here by the member is, what's my assessment of these trades and how they've been doing so far? Well, you can easily go up to the results dashboard. You can click on that. And what it's doing here is it's taking live, real time. It goes through and it looks at all the trades we've had for all of our systems, options action, weekly income, CFU Black, Kyle's trades, Lee, Uzi, and PCS 100 at the bottom. So we're averaging a win rate of 83%, call it 84 if you want to round up. Our return on risk on average is 5%, so it's not very good. And the average profit per trade is $10 per trade. Now, why is it so low? It's because we have 9 losing trades. And with this system that we're running here, the losing trades hit harder than the winning trades. So we'll win like $50, $75, or $100, but then when we log a losing trade, we're likely going to lose like 500 or 600. Just the nature of some of these credit spreads. It is getting better. This was actually negative about a month ago. And so I'm trying to just do some improvements for it and get to be better trading for it. So it's kind of a work in progress. It's in the beta test right now. We've been clear about that in CFU Black, that we're only allowing CFU Black members to see these trades. It is in beta. The algorithms and the behind the scene mechanisms on that are being worked on and improved on. And so you can also see, Kyle, if you want to talk about your system here, or not system, but the method you're doing, you got a 90% win rate. You get about $80 per trade, and you return 15% per trade on average. So that's including all of your trades that we have recorded. So all 95 that we've had with you since we started doing this tracking. You've only had 9 losing trades. That's awesome. Lee is the lone 5-star, 100%, hasn't lost a trade yet. Why is that? Well, it's because of the system that Lee follows, or his methodology. He's not doing risky trades. He's doing like 0.5. He's even said that himself, right? 0.25, 0.5% return, and he's sticking to that. He gets about $70 per trade. That's per contract, okay? So these are all as though you did one contract, okay? One thing to keep in mind with CFU, all of our performance metrics, everything we do is all based on one contract, because we don't know how many you're doing. You could be doing 10, 20, 5, 2, 3, we don't know. So we just go with the default one contract. So if you were doing, I'm always going to do 2 contracts, I'm always going to do 3 contracts, you can multiply those out accordingly. But just keep in mind, this is right now we have over $250,000 at risk. And that's on one contract per trade. And that's because some of our guys are doing cash secured puts. We don't do margin, we don't do borrowing. And so we do the whole at-risk play there to keep things as standard as possible across everyone and everything, okay? So, sorry, that was long-winded, but it gave me an opportunity to kind of show some members what we have for the website that does support the Discord service. And that gives you a good insight there, Paul, on my assessment on the PCS 100. Honestly, I'm not impressed with it. I think it needs to be a lot better, but I'm going to give it some more time to get better. We're doing less trades. I want more confirmation that the trade that we're entering into has a higher chance and a higher probability of coming to fruition and being a winner trade. And I am doing my roll mechanism with that. That's another controversial thing with CFU. Some people love the rolling. Some people hate the rolling. I'm in the camp where I love rolling. Kyle's in the camp where he thinks rolling's for suckers. So that's Kyle's way of saying, I think you're a sucker, Steven. Like, man, come on, dude. Like, we're on the same team.
Yeah, no, everybody has their own system. So, you develop something over time.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, so hopefully, and if you guys have questions on the website, how to use it, or what it means, we got a calculator here for seasonality, but this is very useful. You can come in here and type in any ticker. Like if you just want to do, What's your favorite company, Russ?
NVIDIA.
What's that? NVIDIA?
NVIDIA.
Do you call it NVIDIA or NVIDIA?
I call it NVIDIA. I don't know, just however it comes out.
Have you listened to the podcast?
Stephen, I pronounce the ticker symbol. That's what I do. I'm not calling the full company name.
Oh, I see.
That's what I do. NVIDIA. That's why I say it that way.
Have you listened? Have you seen that podcast with Rogan and Jensen?
Yes.
Oh, man, that was awesome. That was amazing.
Jensen is a smart guy.
Yes, right? Like you compare him versus Elon Musk, and you would always be thinking that Jensen's way smarter than Elon. Okay, so let's go with NVIDIA.
I do. I speak the symbols.
You speak symbolese. Okay, I gotcha. Okay, so let's go. Let's just say it works better if you go further out in time. Seasonality is very difficult, if not practical for prediction on a 1 week basis because it goes more along Kyle's style of technicals. But NVIDIA, let's say how it does over the first quarter. So we go March 31. It could be, let's go March 20th because that's the Friday we would be trading if we were going to trade it. So what it does here, it goes through and it looks at the last 10 years of every single trading day that it's had. I'll zoom in, Russ, so you can see easier. Oh, I guess yes, I can. Okay. So it takes the closing price of the stock over the last 10 years and it averages them all out for this time period. So it'll say, what was the stock trading at on December 19th of 2015? Man, programming this was difficult because sometimes December 19th is not a Friday, it's not a Wednesday, it's a Saturday. So you kind of had to give it a little bit of fuzzy logic on, okay, in and around the time frame of December 19th, 2015 to in and around March 20th of 2015, what was the average win or loss of NVIDIA for that time frame? So in 2015, it went down by 27% from that time frame of the end of December to the end of March, so to speak. So 2015, 16, 17 were horrible years for NVIDIA. And then 2018 was a banner year. It almost doubled. So that stock moves around a lot, as Russ can probably attest. And I think most traders can attest as well, too. The average return for this time period is actually pretty bad. It goes down 20%. It only has 2 winning years for this time period over the last decade. So the standard deviation is super high. So the target price would be something like, it's going to be about $136. So it's pretty wild time to be trading NVIDIA for that.
I'm not a seasonality guy, but I love the data. The data can just help you make your own decisions on any stock.
Right?
Yeah, I'm a data junkie.
Yeah, and so that's a really good point, Russ. Like you might look at that and be like, well, like I don't believe that. I don't believe NVIDIA is going to go down to 140, 136, or 150. I think it's going to be choppy, or it's going to maybe go up a little bit. If it did hold that seasonality and that trend, it's going to be a tough first quarter. Like there's going to be some news items that will likely come out. Like there could be a pattern where like maybe during that first quarter tech does not so good, or news cycle from like midterms or for politicians is pretty negative towards semiconductors. Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe earnings are really high on expectations and they typically don't meet that, or the guidance isn't very good for the full year. And so they get hit pretty hard. But now you got to layer this on with the AI trend that's happening right now. Like, is that going to change the narrative this time for the first quarter? But maybe there's going to be some information of, well, you know what, it's just a really risky time. And we're layering in saying, hey, we could be at the top right now with NVIDIA. Well, they don't do very well during the first quarter. So it could be time to just kind of, well, maybe we're going to pull back a little bit on how much I'm going to dollar cost average in, or how much I'm going to buy in, that kind of a thing. But if you do take it verbatim, you might want to say, okay, I would put an iron condor and go on the 100 for the bottom and 175 on the top, and put it out to March. And you could probably still get some decent premium on that. Okay, so anyways, that's one of the other tools that we have, and you can put in any ticker and any time frame, and it'll always go from today until that time frame. What's it going to do? Okay, all right. Enough of me talking about the systems that we have. Okay, so this is a good question. We'll end with this one. Oh, this one's for you, Russ. I don't know if you saw that. Can you please share the standard deviation settings in the Discord group?
I did. I thought I'd done it before, but I may have sent it by private message. But I said I'll find my posts and I'll put them out there for everybody.
Good. Awesome. And then spare change. Is there any way we keep analysts from splitting off Mac, Mark, and Uzi? Well, I haven't heard about Uzi leaving or Mark leaving, so I'm just curious on that one. Maybe you're maybe you're thinking that because they're not on the call with us today that they aren't with CFU any longer. That's not the case. Mark is still with us, and Uzi is still he's one of our pro traders. He's right here. Yeah. So what you might be referring to is like Mac. Yes, Mac left about a year ago. He went and did his own thing, but Mark and Uzi are still with us. That's Mark just doesn't have the time to be doing active trading and posting very often, so he just doesn't have his own channel any longer, and so we didn't want to have that cluttering the trading channels through here, right? We didn't want to have a channel that's not being used. And then Uzi, I mean, he's active even today.
Mark actually posted a trade today in the free trader.
So, he did. You're right.
So about once a month, we do a trade.
Yep. It's in the wrong section. Got to put that somewhere better. Yeah. So that's the news on that one. But so is there any way to keep us from letting them go? Well, if they want to go, they got to go. I'm not going to keep them if they don't want to stay. So I don't know how to do that, actually. Kyle, do you know how to keep someone from leaving?
No.
It's like, I don't know. Is there any way we can keep them from leaving? I don't know. Like,
try, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Keep them from having other services. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, I mean, Uzi has his own service. You're right, and so does Mark. Mac does as well too. I don't know. I can't keep them from, or I don't think CFU is able to stop people from starting their own services. So people are free to do what they want to do, and I don't think it's right for us to impose that and say no, you can't do that. Sorry, it's just kind of the way it is. Like, Sumesh is programming his own future trading algorithm. We can't stop him from doing that. I mean, it's going to be awesome too. And I think the more we collaborate with other people and other products and services, it's actually beneficial for everyone, I think. There you go. Thanks, John Silva. Appreciate that with the PCS 100 and seasonality. Yeah, it can help out definitely. Like, I love using PCS 100 when I just need a quick idea. I don't want to have to go through and look for Delta 25 and the other long put to go with it. Just give me a really quick idea because I just found something when I was charting or looking for something else. Thanks. Okay, we need to wrap up here, guys. But before we do, we need to give away our own merchandise. We're going to give away $150 to somebody who's been listening and with us from the start, or just with us on the call. I can't tell who started and who didn't. And we're going to give you $150. This is what you're going to be getting.
I'm going to vote for John Silver because he gave me compliments.
Well, I was going to say the same thing because he gave me compliments, but I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so what we're doing is we got our merchandise. You guys need to go here and buy some holiday gifts for your loved ones. It might be too late now, but maybe next year we can think about that a little sooner. And when I say we, I think myself, I need to remind everyone. So this is our merchandise line that we have. We just had this new one released last night. So you can get the Cashflow University, even has our year that we had that we started, Kyle, 2022. So that's cool.
Yeah, I like that design.
Yeah, so you can order any of these in any of the colors that we have. We got a sizing chart and everything. It's all legit. And this is one of the hoodies. We don't have this gold one anymore. I wish we kind of did. I'll have to reach out to them and say, hey, do you got that, like, the gold one? Can we go back to the gold one? Some nice subtle hats too. So we went with kind of a subtle black on black, green on green, white on white. And then if you wanted the old traditional green on white. And some sweaters too, if you don't want a hoodie. Of course, we got the t-shirts. And yeah, so anyways, we're going to give away $150 US to someone on the call here. One of the requirements, you have to be a paying member, and you also have to be in the United States or in Canada. Okay. Okay, we got about how many comments here? Let's call them 50, 60 comments. So I'm going to think of a number between 1 and 60. Kyle, what's your guess?
27.
27. Okay. And Russ, what's your guess?
31.
30. You guys like to gravitate to the middle. You guys not good. You're right on the bell curve. Sumash.
40. That's my
14. There we go. All right. And then retiring soon. I'm going to bring you back to the stage here.
55.
55. Okay. So what's the average number between all that? Who's got the calculator? Let's see what we got here. 27, 31, 14, 55 divided by 4. 31. So I got to count 31. You guys just had to.
That's my number.
What?
That was my number. Wasn't it?
Yeah, you're right, actually. Okay, Russ. Man,
pretty
Russ,
wild.
we should just give you, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Oh my gosh. It can't be CFU, so it's got to be the next person. What? Who is this? User. Who is this? I don't know who that is. Let me just see. I actually might be able to pull them up on our WAP site. That was kind of anticlimactic. You get like some serial number.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Like user number GZ
Anon.
89642. You just won $150. It doesn't even. Is that like an algorithm? GZ8C.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know who that. It's not showing up at all. We're going with the next one.
Hey.
Hey God, is that you? Of course. Wow. Okay, maybe we need to do it like the guy's got to be on stage with us so we can see his reaction. This. Is that AGOD? I mean, hello from AGOD, right? Like, we all know
That's what it
who
sounds
that
like.
is, right?
Right.
Now I need to know if AGOG is a sensible trader. Yeah.
Well, while we're figuring this out, when did
He's
when
from
did
California. Great. Lifetime member. Yeah, so go on.
I was gonna say while we're figuring this out, when did caps become so damn expensive?
Sorry, you talking about cats or caps?
Yeah, caps, like the hats.
Well, I don't
Not
know.
here, not here. In general, they're expensive everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
It's gotta be kind of crazy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like, okay, so the reason why these ones got so darn expensive is the embroidery. The work to do this embroidering is
Oh yeah.
so high. And I guess to get it custom made and blah, 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 that kind of stuff. But I know what you mean, though. Like, anytime I go and get something good for, like, a sporting team or anything, like, what the hell?
Like, right?
Yeah. Okay. That's him, right? You won the giveaway,
Yeah, that must be a YouTube name, login name.
right? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
We didn't even answer his question. Which metal do you think will do best in 2026? Gold, silver, copper, or all of them will underperform? Do we have a metals guy here?
I'm a former silver and copper trader for years.
Oh,
So
yeah?
I'm big on those. Yeah, in the early 2000s.
My vote is for silver.
Yeah, I like them both.
Nice. Yeah. So why did silver take off so much this year? That's been insane.
It's supply and demand. There is too much demand for it, and there is not enough supply. The mining people are not able to produce enough silver, and it's just absolutely needed in everything, in AI, in energy production, everything you can think about, solar panels, and nobody expected that to be the case. So it's more than doubled this year, actually.
Oh yeah, it's been insane. All those guys saying all along that, right, that silver was going to go through a short squeeze and all that rhetoric for the last 20 years, and finally it happens, right?
This year.
Good for them. I think finally, didn't it pass the previous all-time high of that guy who was trying to corner the market?
I remember all that.
Like those guys from the 80s or something?
Yeah, I think it did. And the prediction now is that it's going to be going to about $75, dollars per ounce, which is today it closed, I think, 67 something.
To that end, I've owned a lot of miners too, BHP, Rio Tinto, because of all these metals that they need. But
Yeah,
the miners are up and down.
Yeah, the miners has been lagging actually. So
yeah, they have been.
So when the miners catch up, oh my God, the fireworks will start.
Okay. All right, guys, let's call it a live stream there. We're done for the day. You guys have a great holiday. Everyone who's been listening to us for the whole time, thank you for listening in, and have a happy holiday or a Merry Christmas. I don't know how you guys celebrate, but hopefully you have a great time off. And we'll be with you through the holidays here. I think we'll take Christmas off, maybe another day off, and maybe New Year's or something. But if the market's open, we're going to be trading it and posting and active in Discord. Thanks everyone for being memberships with CFU. Merry Christmas. John Silver said it best. I'm a silver guy. No way, really, you are. I would never guess that. You got silver in the name. Okay, guys. Merry Christmas, everyone, and we'll
Merry
talk
Christmas.
in a few weeks.
Good to see you, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.